not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream.
Wake up, everybody. How many of you know that this year would have marked the 97th birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? We know his name, we know the holiday, and we certainly know the I Have a Dream speech delivered in 1963. But I want to start this episode with a hard truth. A dream without the test of endurance is merely static. It's a beautiful picture of what could be, but it doesn't have the momentum, no weight, and no breath. It's not tangible, just an idea just floating in the air with nothing to anchor it to the ground. What separates a dream from the reality is a single word: grit. Grit is the execution phase. It's the commitment to push forward when the what could be is blocked by the what actually is. Today we honor Dr. King not just for his dream, but for his willingness to pay the cost of his vision. In looking at Dr. King's grit, we often sanitize Dr. King's story. We see the Nobel Prize, but we forget the 29 times he was arrested. We forget that after the 1963 dream, the obstacles didn't disappear, they intensified. Now think about the grit required for the Montgomery bus boycott. It wasn't one afternoon of protest. It was 365 days of walking in the rain, the heat, the cold. That is a testament and a test of his endurance. Think about the letter from Birmingham jail. He was sitting in a dark cell, criticized by his own peers, told to wait for a better time. But grit didn't wait for a better time. Grit makes the time, now. In 1965, on the bridge of Selma, the dream looked like an illusion. It looked like a nightmare of smoke and batons. The police was killing black people just for being in the streets protesting. But Dr. King and those foot soldiers didn't turn back. They had their cleats in the dirt. They were willing to sacrifice their safety, their comfort, and eventually even he sacrificed his own life. He moved beyond the dream into the execution phase. He was pushed by the demand for better, not a polite ask. He high-stepped through the mud of a nation that hated him, slipping and sliding the whole time, but always driving forward. He knew that the dream was free, but the movement would cost him everything. Now, I can also give you another example, a living example. When I think about the same spirit of execution in my lifetime, I find it when I think about the memories of my own mother. She lived out of this same definition of resilience. Growing up, our father wasn't at the forefront of our household. He actually left my mom to raise my siblings and me all alone. She didn't just wish or dream for us to have a better life. She executed a plan so that she can ensure we did. In a time when degrees weren't always a requirement for our workforce, she saw a vision of a different future. She went to school while raising all three of us. She was working 2 and 3 jobs most of the time, and I remember her coming home from one job just to prepare for the next. I remember the weight she carried. I remember her never making enough to be comfortable, but never letting her priorities shift, which were us. She was tired. She was exhausted, as a matter of fact. But she kept pushing because she knew that somewhere existed that was better for her children. And like Dr. King, she was high-stepping through the mud of exhaustion and financial struggle most of that time. She didn't just live in the moment with a dream. She lived with the works for tomorrow, and she had to build with her own 2 hands. That's the cost of a vision. So I have to ask you, what is your cost? What are you willing to do for your dream? If you aren't willing to sacrifice, then your dream is just an illusion. It's a hobby even. It's a maybe I'll get to it one of these days? Are you willing to sacrifice your time and your energy? Are you willing to wake up at 6 a.m., grind until 5, and then log out into school at 9 o'clock after you've completed your chores at the house? And you wait to log into school at 9 o'clock after everybody's gone to bed and the house is finally quiet? And are you willing to go to bed after midnight just to wake up and do it all again in the next 6 hours? Are you willing to put down the things that you enjoy today? The social media, the cell phones, the entertainment, the sleep, the comfort, to complete the task required for your vision. Grit is the drive for better. When life tells you no, it's the part in you that makes you dig in deeper. When you're already tired, when you're already weak, it's realizing that the cost to you to visualize, but it costs you everything to manifest. And I think I said that wrong. It costs you nothing to visualize. Your dream is free. All your dreams are free. But it costs you everything to manifest it. Now you think about that. So in conclusion to all of this month, I want to end this January podcast by saying, happy birthday, Dr. King. And as we look towards the upcoming month of Black History, I'm calling all of you to action. Don't just celebrate the dream, execute the vision. Honor Dr. King by emulating his steps. Have your dream, yes, but dig your cleats in. When it's muddy, high step and dig in deep. Find your endurance and pay the price for the future that you see. The dream is a spark, but your grit is the fuel. I am Jennifer Nickerson Turner of Talk Black and Give Back, and I'll see you in February. Now, you know how to reach us. If you want to call us and touch base, you can call 336-343-8694, or you can visit us at talkblackgiveback.org. But by all means, until then, I want you to take care of yourself and take care of others. And dream your dream today.